Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off and running from Houston. D. Eskridge to return it. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job. I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
Second down carry for Achane. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
First down, and they go right back to it. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. The tackle there by Danielle Hunter. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Ready, John? Hey!
Tua now from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on third. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Now it's Jake Bailey, who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. And, oh, just a hair too much on that kick. The punt lands in the end zone. This one's coming out to the 20. So now it's the Texans' turn to take the field for the first time. And leading them out is the 2nd overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion that this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. C.J. was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after him.
Has his man. It's Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pass caught by Mixon.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. He's got him. That's Mixon. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Stroud now on 4th down. He's got it to his running back. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Well, I know it says running back on the roster, Brock, but this guy's having a pretty great start catching the football instead.
It's what the best of them do. I mean, look around the league. These running backs want to get paid, right? They want theirs. Well, catch a ball like this, and trust me, you'll get yours.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun, Stroud. That's incomplete left side. He was hoping to get it to Tank Dell there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Connection made to Dell. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9. Shotgun now for Stroud. Complete to Dell. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
20, TX. Whoa.
Tua out of the pistol. Getting out to his left. He can run it. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Hey, long.
Here's A-Chain up the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
Solo left Zion.
First down, here's Tua. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're now set for 1st and 10.
Right. Ready, shot.
Here's A-Chain running right. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
A-Chan again on 2nd. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
3rd down run from A-Chan. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
They're right here. Hey. 21G, 21G. Turbo 2, ice jab. Ice jab, turbo 2, ice jab. Out.
Blitz coming, Tua. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Running with A-Chain out of the gun. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Dolphins in a real good spot to score.
Win.
First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. That's going to be a gain of 6, and they need only inches now here on 3rd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Trying to pick it up here with A-Chan. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Dolphins get the game's first points here in the 2nd. Devon A-Chan with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Sanders all set to send it away. Return coming from the 6. Turn gets it out to the 32. Now we'll see the Houston offense for their second drive of the contest. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game.
No, sir, son will not have that.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Here we go.
Stroud throwing here on first. Finds a seam down the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
All right.
Touchdown.
Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. He tucks it and takes off. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt. Even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Couldn't connect to a tank down. So that brings them to 3rd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense.
And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Well, Brock, it wasn't hard to see why they botched on that play fake. Even our camera operator was fooled into thinking it was a run, but certainly made it easier to connect on that touchdown pass.
And that's all about the attention to details, Kate. Really is. The offensive line getting their pads down. The running back and quarterback at that mesh point, making it look exactly like a run. You do the details on the front end, and the play-action game rewards follow on the back end.
He's throwing for it. He rolls to his right. And he gets in. The 2-point try puts him in front by 1. 8-7. They come up with a touchdown. It's a little one-upping by scoring on the 2-point try to take the lead.
Yeah, you love it because you didn't have to make that call. The coach did. But clearly, they don't want to play from behind. They want to be the one dictating. And now, well, now they've got to do it the rest of the way.
The Dolphins send a running back, Dmoney990, getting back to work. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hey, get set. Watson, Oscar. Out.
Tua looking to throw. Flush down now to his left. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, let's go.
Working quickly here.
Stinger.
A-Chain on the inside give. Still some room at the 20. And he's all the way forward to the 37-yard line. Man, he's been having a great 1st half. Really playing a key role so far in this offense.
But you know and I know what's coming, Kate. We call them adjustments, right? You hit a homer, you take that fastball deep, you're not going to see it anymore. And you get run on like this, the defense is going to make some adjustments at halftime.
Tagovailoa on 1st down. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Texans grab it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
And the drive will start. 10. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Oh, hey.
Running left is Mixon. Room inside the 10. Has the Houston touchdown. The Texans capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. And the point after is missed, so this remains a 7-point ball game. They'll probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. The Dolphins returning their offense and this running back to the field. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achan. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
They'll stick with Achan. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Christian Harris on the stop. They made it to single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
Hey! Hey, 21 T8!
Achan again. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Yeah, ready. Scat. Watch it, Oscar. Out!
Tagovailoa throwing on 4th. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Taken away by the rookie from USC. And the Texans get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Where you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go.
And he's over the line and in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans parlay the interception into points. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. His 3rd total score this game. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Washington now to return. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. The Dolphins back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And this trying to be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers.
Ready.
1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. They deliver a shot before he can get to the line. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. It's the Dolphins. Backed up considerably here on 2nd down.
Go ahead.
Achan running to the right. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. That stop coming from Henry To'o.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs, against the better defenses in this league.
Let's go.
Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. Escapes out to the left. Now we'll try a deep shot down the left side. This is caught inside the 15.
Right,
they rip
go.
off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Corner, long.
From the red zone now. And his pass is going to fall incomplete. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. And now they face 2nd down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Yeah. Out.
Running left, here's A-Chain. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins make it a 1-score game before halftime. Devon A-Chan with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Dolphins 14.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Texans going on offense now just before halftime. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Stroud escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
Here we go.
Blitz coming for Stroud. Rolling left, buying some time. Diggs there to bring it in. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their 1st. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Has his man, it's Mixon. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They've got 1st down from the 31. To the air, Stroud. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Final timeout called by the Texans. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. Pass taken in by Diggs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Throwing it just before halftime. Buys time, roll, and he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans will extend their lead as time expires in the half. C.J. Stroud, the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
It's halftime here in Houston, with the Texans enjoying a lead at the break. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground and added another on the receiving end for good measure. He was awesome. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Sanders all set to send it away. On the return, here comes St. Dell. He stopped on the return at the 27. So as we get set to begin the third quarter, it's the Texans offense who's going to be out there first. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. First down, Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long.
On the quick, right?
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. It's Cater Kohu up to make that play. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. From the gun, Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond the 3-and-out.
And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4. Second down carry for Achan. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
First down, and they go right back to it. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Offense in the hurry up here. Trying again with Achan. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Dolphins start the second half with some needed points. Devon Achan with a touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins get it back to within 1 score.
Dolphins 21. Jason Sanders has to kick off one.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Houston's offense back out now, ready to go. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive.
All right.
Shotgun now for Stroud. He's on the move. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And it's going to be second down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Here we go, let's go.
Back to throw, Stroud. Getting out to his left. He's keeping it. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Completed to his running back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Here's Stroud. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now he takes it. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
This throw is cut. And this is down all the way to the 3. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal.
Here we go. Hey.
Ogunbowale. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Offense up to the line fast. Back to him on second and goal. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans lead by 14. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone. So many ways they know how to use him down there.
And things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would. It's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Washington now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And the touchdowns got to keep coming from as they still trail here. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Ready, set. Someone one, high. Set.
Now two at a throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. First and 10. And they'll begin with a run by Mixon. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
They cheating now. SMH grinning, squinting face, rolling on the floor, laughing.
Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut my losses and avoid such a negative play.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
2J. Hey, uno more. Look the hot.
Stroud now on 4th down. Finding Collins. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. How about 19 yards on 4th down, and the call to go for it pays off considerably.
Here we go.
1st and 10, around to Mixon. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 1. Completed to Collins. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
All right.
A handoff for Mixon, running right. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans grow the lead now to 22 points. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Washington now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Ready. Hey. Out.
He'll start the drive with Achane. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Yeah. Hey.
3 quarters in the books from this one. The Dolphins have it to begin the 4th. And this game, it has been a nightmare for them. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Ready. 20, TX. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Hey. 21G, 21G. Out.
They go play action with Tagovailoa. Buying some time right. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Solo left Zion.
Tua off the play fake. Headed out right. He can run it. Oh, baby, he gets rocked, and the ball is out. But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sideline's their best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Well, sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend, and that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Tagovailoa off the play fake. He sends this one to the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get it back to within 2 possessions. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw. Just the right touch. And you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Watch it, Oscar.
Tua out of the pistol. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
You spend all week on two-point plays, trying to get to your best options, but ultimately sometimes the execution of that pass, it doesn't work.
Sanders all set to send it away. Dell now to return it. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now it's Stroud. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Stroud to throw again on 2nd. Flush down now to his left. Throwing on the run, deep down the middle. He's got it deep downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Oh, they're looking option, headed left side. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Here's Stroud now. He's got him. That's Mixon. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. It appears that all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play. I think more than ever, QBs today are so good at doing this, Kate, buying himself enough time and actually finding a target downfield. Just this time, he couldn't quite make that connection.
Third down, Mixon gets it. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains. Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Second and 10, Stroud to throw. This one's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one. More than likely for more games to come.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans stretch the lead to 23. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Eskridge on the return. And look at this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Miami set to take over once again on offense. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up first and 10.
Let's go. Connor, long. Turbo 1, high. 8.
Tagovailoa back to throw. Escapes out to the left. Now he's going to fire it deep. He's got it inside the 25. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Here's a chain up the middle. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. H-N again on second. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Working quickly here.
Solo left Zion. Turbo 1, high. Ready.
Going to the ground again on first. Takes it in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins putting up points in a game decided. Devon Achane with the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Far from the first time we've broken down one of his touchdowns in this game, partner. But, man, they seem to get more impressive every time.
And I don't care, Kate, if they're all 1-yard plungers, if you're up over 300 yards. A 4-touchdown game will forever live among your greatest career highlights. You can go several games without even scoring one. So to get 4 in one contest, you'll never, ever forget it.
Tagovailoa will look to throw. And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails. Okay, Brock, dialing up another 2-point call. And remember when your friends didn't have a voicemail? It would just ring and ring and ring. It's still ringing. Fall short again of reaching that end zone.
Yeah, this defense is not doing very good between the 20s or even in the red zone, but they do find a way to rise up. This is always my challenge with being super aggressive, is why give that defense something to feel good about coming off the field after you put 6 on the board?
The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. He rolls to his right. Launching deep down the right sideline. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
You know, that's a tough one right there. Actually, when you're outside the pocket, because your body is going and moving laterally, it often takes the ball out of bounds just like that. That's a tough connection to make, even under the best of circumstances.
Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
It's a gain of 12 there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Hey, south. Here we go. Hey.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Forced out to his right. He's on the move. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
On the quick, right?
Wow, they're going to pass it here. This is complete to Schultz. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10 from the 41.
All right.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Escapes the pocket. Collins got it left side. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
All right.
From the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. Escapes a defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st down from the red zone. He brings it in. And this is a huge loss on the play.
Well, every once in a while you understand a play that loses a yard or two. But losing that much on a completion, there is some kind of malfunction with the offense. They'd have been better off abandoning that play. Heck, you might as well punt it.
Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down.
All right.
From the gun, Stroud. On the move, headed right. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Final timeout called by the Texans. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Let's go.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Tony.
Stroud now on fourth down. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Nico Collins with the touchdown. And it's off the mark. The kick is no good, but I think they can spare a point or two given the size of this lead. So now after his second missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. Eskridge on the return. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on it. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
All right. 20, TX. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Out!
Tagovailoa now. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So it's the Texans who defend their building and take the win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.
Round 2, you got that one.